Are you about to make a PCS move to Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg? Well, wait, before you start packing, let's make sure you're not falling into some common traps that could turn your move into a nightmare. Welcome back to the channel. I'm James Walker, a retired police officer turned realtor, and today we're going to dive into crucial do's and don'ts when you're PCSing here to Fort Liberty or Fort Bragg. Whether this is your first move or your fifth move, you definitely want to stay tuned to the end to make sure you don't fall into these common mistakes.
Traps.
It could cost you money, time, and your peace of mind. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is going to be not researching thoroughly. So if you're moving to the area, you definitely want to check out amenities, schools, and just the dynamics of a certain neighborhood or area. So if you're moving here by yourself, you may want to look for a place that's close to everything. Grocery store, entertainment, restaurants, or maybe you want your commute to be 10, 20 minutes from work, or maybe you don't mind. It really depends if you want to live rural or urban. If you're a family moving here, one of the main things I always hear are schools. Where are the schools at compared to the neighborhood? So here's some tips how to research effectively online. I would start with social media, definitely Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, I would check out these Facebook groups. Our team has one. It's called Moving to Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'll leave the link right down here below. You can definitely go in there and ask any questions. We've got just over 1,000 members in our Facebook group, and it's only growing every day. So definitely get in there, ask your questions. And of course, another great resource is YouTube. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, obviously, I would definitely recommend watching some of my videos. I got over 300 videos. Definitely, I talk a lot about PCSing here, moving to the Fayetteville area. I talk about suburbs, cost of living, pros and cons, neighborhoods, things to do, just about everything. And check out these videos up here in this playlist where I talk about PCSing to the area. So everything should be in there that you need to know. VA loans, if you're looking to buy a house, if you're going to live on base or off base in this close suburbs. And here are two other websites I would definitely recommend. One is called neighborhoodscouts.com. They talk about crime. They talk about your neighborhood nearby, go into detail of diversity, all things like that. Another website I recommend if you're looking at schools, it's called NC Report Card on Demand. And it'll be also in the description below. Check out those websites if you're looking at schools. It gives you every school in North Carolina. So even if you're not moving to Cumberland County, which is where Fort Liberty and Fort Bragg, Fayetteville is at, you can definitely look at Moore County, Harnett County, Lee County, Hope County, things like that. And it's provided by the state, so it's good, accurate data. Another website I recommend is greatschools.org, third-party website, but so far that I've used it has been very accurate. The worst thing you can do is not do your research and end up living somewhere that does not fit your needs.
I hate this place.
Another thing I see a lot of soldiers do when they move to the area is underestimating the paperwork, and definitely was never in the military, so I can't tell you every ins and outs of what paperwork you are going to encounter. And if you've done this for quite a few times, PCSing already, probably got a good idea of what you need and what you don't need. But just in case you haven't, one of the first things I'd recommend doing is getting your DLA. And this is your dislocation allowance. This allowance is partial to reimburses a services member with or without dependents for the expense occurred in relocating the member's household on a PCS housing moving ordered for the government's convenience or incident to an evacuation. This is not a loan. It does not have to be paid back. So definitely look into that. See if that applies for you. Everything I say will be in the description below, so I'm gonna keep saying it to you guys, but that is something I would definitely take advantage of, and you don't have to pay it back.
Keep the money.
Next thing I talk about is going to be TLE, or temporary lodging expenses. TLE is an allowance intended to partially pay members for lodging, meals, expenses incurred by a member dependents while occupying a temporary lodging in the continental United States. It associates with a permanent changing of station, PCS. And definitely, I would take advantage of both of these. That's something that's great to help you guys as you move here. Moving's already tough enough, especially if you come from overseas. I get a lot of military folks reaching out to me from Korea, Germany, who are moving here. So definitely, I hope these things help you out a lot if you're moving here. Even if you're moving from the West Coast, it's still a good move, and it can be tiring. So definitely take advantage of these things since they're helping you. Next I'm talking about is permissive temporary duty. or PTDY. When you're ready to search for a post-separation for job or housing, you may be eligible for authorized PTDY. The PTDY facilitates transition into civilian life, providing time off for house and job hunting. This benefit is for the military members being involuntarily separated under honorable conditions or retiring from active duty. So if you are moving here, this is going to be your last duty station, definitely take advantage of that. Next thing I talk about is going to be Service Members Relief Act, or SCRA. The Service Members Civil Relief Act provides financial and legal protections for active duty service members, including National Guards and Reserve members and their families. Because details of the SCRA are complicated, service members and their families are encouraged to contact the nearest legal assistance office if they need help meeting their financial obligations. I love this program, SCRA. It definitely helps out a lot. You soldiers do a lot for us, and thank you for your service. So you shouldn't have to worry about financial obligations while you're overseas or defending our country. You got enough things to worry about. Come home safe and alive to us. So definitely take advantage of this. This program helps out with the following: mortgage relief, termination of leases, protection from eviction, 6% cap on interest rates, stay of proceedings, reopening default judgments. So this can help you financially. Take advantage of it. Before I move on, I want to remind you that the team and I help people PCSing to Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg. We've helped hundreds of families. We get phone calls, emails, text messages every day from folks just like you. So definitely reach out. All information is below. Either I or somebody on our team will definitely reach out to you and help you. I answer all phone calls personally, texts, emails. So if you are ready to PCS and you're about to buy a home, definitely reach out to me. We'll be happy to answer all your real estate questions. You can also set up a counter link with me and we can do a Google Meets video call. Next thing I talk about is going to be overpacking. So definitely when you're moving, this is a great time to declutter and get rid of things you may not need. Get rid of that stuff in the garage that you've hung on to for a long time. Definitely this is your time to decide what should you take that's important still to you and things that you should sell or give away.
The garage sale is officially...
Once you start packing, I would definitely recommend taking pictures of anything with a serial number. So obviously if you lose it or it gets damaged or something like that, you've got serial numbers and pictures of it to prove. Also, I would put a copy of your orders in every box you pack. So if it does get lost, somebody opens up, they can see your orders and hopefully you get your stuff back. Also, as you're labeling boxes, I would label the essential items like kitchen pots and pans, forks, spoons, all the utensils you're gonna cook with, computers, things like that. I would definitely label them up top, like kitchen utensils open first. So when you get these 20, 30, 50, 100 boxes to your house, you're not going, oh crap, where, oh shit, where my kitchen utensils at. Another thing I recommend definitely if you're coming from overseas, anything that's essential to you, passports, obviously if you're flying, birth certificates, IDs, money, checkbooks, things like that, keep on you, on your person. I wouldn't pack those items because if they get lost, you've got more issues than you want to deal with. Definitely keep those items with you, social security cards, all that good stuff. I would not pack those items and take them with you. Plane, boat, driving, whatever they may be, I would keep it on you. So now you're here at Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg, and your next question is going to be possibly is, should you live on base or off base? Hopefully you already made this decision before you even PCS here, but I understand you get here and maybe the housing on base is not suitable for you or they're not giving you what you like. I've heard some horror stories about people living on base and they're not getting what they want. At one story I remember is we helped this guy, him and his family move. He had 4 children and they were living in a 2-bedroom apartment for almost 2 years. So they basically had their daughter set up in the living room as her bedroom. They had the other kids in one room and then they had a room. So essentially their living room, they didn't have one because that was their kids' room. I can only imagine for 2 years living like that. So definitely make sure, where you want to live as soon as you can, so you don't get here and it's too much of a hassle for you. Definitely if you want to live off base, if you're looking to buy a home, like I said, reach out to the team and I. We'd love to help you. We help you move all the time and buy a house here. Now, if you're looking to rent a property, unfortunately, we do not have a property management team, so we can't help you there. I would suggest you get on Zillow and start looking at homes that are for rent. There's going to be probably a different owner for each home just about, or a property management team that could help you there. And if you're looking for apartments, apartments, I would recommend you going to apartmentfinder.com, and that could help you find an apartment. Each apartment complex is owned by a different person typically, so you just can't, a realtor can't help you there anyway, even if we wanted to. We don't deal with apartments. Any realtor doesn't deal with apartments unless they own it themselves. So if you moved here from overseas, your car is going to be shipped to Charleston, South Carolina. That is the closest port to Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg. And it's about a 3.5 hour drive to Charleston. So if you got to head out there and get your car, that's where you'll probably be going. Definitely make sure at the time of this video, they could have opened up another port somewhere closer. So before you just listen to me, definitely make sure that's where your car is going. If you need to buy a car, definitely check out the resale lot on Fort Liberty, Fort Bragg. Here is their Facebook page below, but they have a lot of nice cars there and trucks. So definitely check them out. If you're, come back from overseas and you have a car overseas and you need to buy a car, or you just needed to buy a car, definitely check them out. I understand there's some great deals there. And if you're looking to sell your car, definitely good resource also.
You want to buy a car.
The resale lot is at the corner of Suter and R. Miller Street. Definitely Google map that. And another good website or good area you need to check out is Fort Liberty Credit Union. They've also got some cars out there also that you can take a look at. So if you need a car, check out those two. Hopefully they help you out. And I can't stress this enough, definitely take advantage of your TLE, which I talked about earlier, and your DLA if you can. When you get here, it's extra money in your pocket. You don't have to worry about rushing too much to get your own place, whether you can be living on base, off base, whatever the case may be. Take advantage of these things to help you out. You gotta stay in a hotel room or an Airbnb. It's not suitable for you, obviously, if you got a big family too much. It gets a little cramped, but at least that extra money will help you out. So I would definitely take advantage of those things. Don't let your move here overwhelm you. I compiled a list of all these tips and more into a relocation guide to North Carolina to help you every step of the way. Their relocation guides could be in the description below, and definitely you can reach out to me, call me, email me, text me, and I'd be happy to help you. If you found these tips helpful, please give us a like, drop a comment below, give us your personal experience of if you've moved somewhere else. Help us out, help the community out to see what I may have missed or didn't mention. And don't forget to subscribe if you want some more advice about moving to Fayetteville, Fort Bragg area. And if you enjoyed this video, please check out this video right here that YouTube recommends to you. And if you're thinking of buying, selling, or investing, please reach out to the team and I. Again, we would love to help you. We get phone calls, emails, text messages every day from folks just like you. See you guys in the next video.